Hello, everybody.
Hey.
It's your girls. We're here for a new month. You know,
That's
I kind of
right.
miss doing these more often, but we're busier, so it just makes more sense. But it's always fun when we can sit down and have the time to do this. So
That's right.
we're gonna try to sit down and get them all done in one day. See how that goes.
We're here for your readings for the month of August. So
I'm Katie. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say. So
And that's Megan. I haven't done an official intro yet, so you were gonna say.
we're gonna get into the transits.
Yeah. What we do on this segment is the transits and a card blessing and any little gossips or pieces of news to share and whatever. First and foremost, I wanted to say that we finally just got to 100 subscribers before I get started with the transits. So I'm a little excited about that. We've been doing this for a while, and I knew it would take a while to get to 100 just because of the name. We're never been monetized, so we don't get picked up the normal ways. We don't get often recommended.
We're two chicks with colored hair and tattoos and
alternative spiritual views, and we don't even have identical spiritual views, and we're kind of controversial with each other too. And people think we're fighting, but we're just we're just salty and fiery. So if you guys have been rolling with us and you're part of our followership, or if you're just brand new, we want to say thank you. Hello. And let's keep slugging through this year. It's a wild ass ride. And so I did look up the astrological aspects for August 2020. I didn't write down the times. Honestly, I was looking at an Eastern time site for reference, and I did not calculate it into Pacific time like I normally do. So it's going to be a little bit wider for just about everybody. So if you're interested in when these time frames happen, I have the dates written down. So we'll go through the dates. So the full moon Aquarius will be on the 3rd of August. And, that's Leo Aquarius is all about your family and your social group on an axis of opposites. So hopefully we'll be having a lot of harmony in our friend groups. Maybe, I don't know, we could be socially disconnecting as well. It's not going to really matter either way, as long as we stay in our heart. So the full moon in Aquarius, I find it feels, it could be on the creepy side because it's a little bit disconnected, but also full of freedom and free thinking, and sort of, I do a lot of good daydreaming, and it's a good time to have a moment to make a vision board, that kind of thing. Thinking outside the box can happen a little bit easier, but also how to get around things, because Aquarian energy is really rebellious anyway. So it's emotionally tied into all of that air quality of fixed air. So then we have on the 4th, Mercury enters Leo. It's been in Cancer for been a while because it went into retrograde. It's been lingering and getting out of shadow for quite some time now. So we start to feel as warm as our ego does. We're having a mind-heart integration, which is going to start to feel, for most of us, unless it's falling in a very strange chart for you or part of your chart, it's going to feel very warm and friendly for most of us. So then also on the 7th, Venus enters Cancer. So all the things that we've mentally processed with Mercury being in Cancer, Venus is going to start catching up with. It's been in Gemini for a long time as well, because it went through a retrograde in Gemini. So as Venus comes into Cancer, we're going to be emotionally figuring out. We've already know what we need to do. We have a mental processing of our emotions, and now we figure out how we make the exchanges work, how we start to find out where the pieces fit, and how much it's worth to get, basically. So if we're not in love with it, it's not going to matter, pretty much. Then moving on to the 15th, Uranus retrograde 10 degrees in Taurus. So that Uranus retrograde is going to be, I'll explain that in a minute. And then on the 18th, we have the new moon in Leo. It's still Leo season. So we have, that gorgeous pause and like feeling of possibility and excitement and growth and pride, like lion like pride. Hopefully we find ourselves in a lavish part of our lives, like something that we can really sensually get into for the new moon in Leo, so we can start to grow more abundance for ourselves. And then on the 22nd, the sun goes into Virgo. So we'll have when the sun goes into Virgo, the energy is going to change from this sort of chill ass fun, like I said, until the 22nd, when mind over matter becomes the norm with the sun in Virgo. We will be experiencing solar plexus and heart chakra activation. So while we're in Leo season, we're going to be having heart and gut activations, where we're going to be trusting ourselves more, feeling more secure and confident and loved, and finding more ways to express ourselves from a heart-based point. Like I was saying, spiritual jargon for a field trip, vulnerabilities have been expressed while Mercury was in Cancer. So now we find new ways to love ourselves despite the vulnerabilities. We find out how to borrow terms from Shell and Lester, how warm-blooded we are. That is to say, how emotionally intelligent we've become through this incredibly trying year. We've wallowed in Cancer season. A lot of us have gone through some ups and downs emotionally. Like, I've been witnessing the actual Cancers, and like Capricorn, like opposite, you guys have been going through the most ups and downs. I've been watching the most stress. So a lot of wallowing is like a trend, has been, but now that we're moving into Leo season, we're going to be basking instead. It's a totally different vibe. We're going to feel so much more positive fluctuation of energy. So it's up till now, it's been like a giant river of panic that's been easy to get swept up in, and I feel like Leo season is going to be like when that river of panic sort of subsides, and we start to see like embankments coming back, and we have a place to rest in the middle of all that flow. So Virgo season, we start making plans again. So we were really like getting a breath of calm, confident, like fiery blessings right now. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. So Uranus retrograde will give us a momentary break in fluctuations to our routines. Things have been changing practically every day. Rules have been like crazy. We don't know where the boundary lines are for like security wise. Things will stabilize for a time, until Uranus starts to go direct again. It'll feel like we'll be able to find a pace and sort of find our step again where we've been sort of lost. Things will sort of peace out a little bit, and that's going to be like much more friendly to Taurus
especially energy. If you're living in California nowadays, like the whole thing when she goes about like boundaries, people just don't know what the heck is going on. Like every single day just about, they're changing here in California
what the requirements are,
right? What can be open, what can't be open, what can be inside, what can be outside. I know personally, like the stylists and the, like salons, those are
pulling their hair out because they don't have a sense of security, and that's the kind of thing, that feeling of security is going to start to stabilize out, especially in employment situations. If you're self-employed, a lot of these people are.
Those
whether
are the
it's
ones having the issues the most.
Whether it's the COVID regulations, scheduling, or paycheck conflicts, they should find resolutions. So there's going to be operations changing, and there's going to have to be a flow to that, but it seems to settle down for a while, and you can start counting on things again, which is going to give an air of predictability for a while. That's going to start stabilizing our mental health.
We need that.
So hopefully especially until the 22nd, we won't be too concerned with it's like being able to take a few naps and have some fun and recharge our batteries. And then in Virgo season, we're able to start writing lists again, be more clear about...
It's like going on vacation.
Yeah, it's just a reset. So it's going to feel okay for a minute. always stuff going on with, like, Mars transit is going to be squaring all this Capricorn energy. So we cannot deny that that's happening. So there's going to be like some stopping and starting energy, like push pull with all of that, and Chiron squaring that as well because it's in Aries, and then there's Black Moon Lilith in Aries as well, squaring all that Capricorn energy, which is Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter. That's a running theme through this entire year, basically for the rest of the year. So there's really nothing we can do with that stop, start, and pull. But during Leo season, we're able to sort of get a grip on what it is, accept it for what it is, and learn how to surf it while it's happening. So
there's a lot going on, but
and if you're not okay, that's okay too. That's why we're here. Hopefully we'll have something to say that brings whatever you need to hear to the surface for August. I certainly never know what we're going to pull. So I want to say thank you for joining us. And
I will be using the Ask and It Is Given Oracle cards for this set of readings by Esther and Jerry Hicks.
And I always use the Rider-Waite-Smith deck that I've got. It's my oldest deck. I've had it since 2005, 2004. I don't know, somewhere in there. Like, I don't really know, but it's been through hell and high water with me. Like it's been, yeah, it's thick because I've dunked water on it. Like, and the cards are bent. It's all dinged. Like,
it's gone through.
I've moved from state to state to state, and these cards have been beat up with love and lots of use. And anyway.
Before we move on to the readings...
Is it the gossip portion? And then the blessing.
Yeah. Basically, I wanted to show you guys that we got in some chapsticks. They're all natural. They have the Golden Goddess logo on it. So if you want one of these in your local, they're $3 each, or you can get 2 for $5.
And if you don't know what Golden Goddess is, we both run businesses. Basically, I assist her with the tanning business. We're both certified spray tan artists.
And as you can tell, look at us against each other. This is a tan, no tan.
This is one of the product tans, the violet base. But anyway, so I basically I'm the manager of those fucking angels, as it were. So she assists me, I assist her. We're both managers for each other, basically. So we swap energy with each other in that way. So if you want to support that business, go ahead and give that a like. I think that's part of our links down below in the description box, but if it's not, it should be, because
it's under Golden
all the
Goddess
same.
Experience. You can find it anywhere in Golden Goddess Experience.
So we do whatever we can to earn $1 in this day and age, and Saturn in Aquarius is going to be really healthy for entrepreneurs like ourselves, I believe.
Yeah.
So I
think that covers that, and we can move into the card blessing.
All right, I'm excited. So, if you're new, or if you're, I don't know, if you've been with us for a while, you know how I do. I begin by asking you to participate by lending your energy, give the permission of your guides to work with us, your team on the other side. And I sit here and I ask for my guides, my angels of truth, light, and benevolent darkness, and any energies that have our best interest in mind. That includes, our ancestors as a group coming in and giving us advice to our higher good, even if it's brutal honesty. So I ask